Hello, beautiful ones, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you have been enjoying this month of August. We are about to transition into the new fall season, and I thought that it would be a good time to have a little bit of a Q&A video. I have not had a Q&A video on my channel in quite a while. I've been sticking to hosting those over on Instagram. But on Instagram, I find I'm always just very quickly answering the questions, and I cannot get to all of your questions. So I wanted to get to a few today that I thought would be nice to have a little bit of a longer Q&A video. But I'm still gonna try and keep this short so that it doesn't take up too much of your time. If you're new here, my name is Leisha, and I've been documenting my personal leveling up journey since 2020. I've been working on going from broke beach bum to feminine, elegant, and affluent woman. So if you'd love to join in on the journey with me, I typically upload every Sunday, and I would love for you to subscribe. Okay, so I wanted to go into this first question, which, by the way, my daughter is awake right now and she's in the office with my husband, and she's been quite chatty lately. So, she's moving around, crawling, standing, and she's wanting to walk already. I cannot believe that, but we are a little off on our schedule with my video filming and work and everything this past week. So she's awake. Just wanted to give you that quick disclaimer. Okay, this first question that I wanted to go into a little bit says, did your level up process change how or what you eat and drink or consume and where you buy things? So I wanted to say that yes, absolutely. And while I think this probably doesn't change for everyone, for me it really did. Aside from the fact that I did have very healthy eating habits, which I developed early on in my early 20s, and that was because I was a collegiate cheerleader. So back then I had to stay very fit. I was competing, we had games all the time, and so I learned how to eat very clean, very well-rounded. I stopped eating a lot of processed food, a lot of fast food, and so now I'm not quite as I think restrictive on as far as enjoying my food. I will definitely splurge on something that is maybe a little bit more fried, or we do live in the South, so we cook with a lot of butter and things like that. So where I would say my eating has changed a lot is with the experiences, dining experiences. My husband and I look for nicer, more elevated experiences. Thankfully, at our country club, we have some wonderful restaurants where even if we want to get something quick to go, we can have a pretty nice meal. It's great quality, and we can have a wonderful experience. We have this beautiful terrace that overlooks one of the greens, one of the golf holes there, and has a beautiful sunset. They'll have live music come in. It's beautifully decorated, and so we love to do things like that. We also live in a town that is quite busy during tourist season during the summers, and there are many amazing quality restaurants. And so we probably don't dine as far as fine dining goes that often at all, but very elevated experiences, more so than what we used to do. Before, when I was more of what I label myself as the broke beach bum, it was a lot of dollar tacos, more of the kind of cafe, quick and grab to go type of meals if we ate out. And I didn't really care much about the ambiance, and now I care a lot about that when I go out to eat. Another thing that I do more so now, especially since becoming a mother, is I try to cook more. I'm still working though, so I'm not cooking every single meal at home, but I do love to use very high quality organic ingredients in my cooking, and I like to cook a lot of what you call the Whole30 meals, because I want food to make me feel good. I have a very packed full schedule, and I'm also still nursing my baby, so I am very careful about what I put into and onto my body. So that's one thing. And then where I shop has changed as well. So again, I look for elevated experiences when I shop now. As far as groceries go, I still will get my basics and my staples at more of our budget store, or we have a Lidl. I don't know if you're familiar with those stores, but that's where I get a lot of my staple foods. And then I will go to our Fresh Market or our Whole Foods to get some of the organic ingredients and things that are the higher quality. So I mix and match that way. And Lidl has a great organic selection, so that's why I still feel fine shopping there, even though it's what you would consider a budget grocery store. And I do like to shop. When I do buy new things, I like to shop in some of the more quality stores that have experiences. For example, J. Crew. I used to love to shop there. You know, in the very beginning of my level up journey, I would find their cardigans like this one, amazing separates for work, trousers, just so easy to find something that is in a classic and tailored style in J. Crew. So yes, it absolutely has changed. Before, I didn't care as much about the experience. I would say that's the biggest thing. Okay, so the next question I wanted to cover is, would you please share some insight on Elegance mindset? And there's my baby. So as far as Elegance mindset goes, I love to find ways to think about the simple parts of life, the moments, whatever you want to call them, and bring in beauty and grace to them. And so what does that look like? That doesn't mean that, you know, perhaps one of the biggest illustrations I can give you is we used to say a lot, even when I was in college, that we were riding the struggle bus that day, or I'm a hot mess today, okay? And I think that for us, you know, us women who maybe have a full schedule, okay, if you know what I mean. You can be a mother, you don't have to be a mother to have a full schedule. I think that is, I would say, how can you reframe that? That's all it takes to have an elegance mindset. So instead of saying or choosing to be a hot mess, can you decide to be elegant? And even though you don't have to be dressed to the nines to feel elegant, what are some things you can do in your day to bring elegance into your life, okay? So for me, sometimes, even if I am not feeling great, even if I am out on a walk and I'm just wearing a Nike set, maybe I just, instead of putting my hair up in a bun, I pull it back with a clip or something. I think, you know, for me, that makes me feel a little bit more elegant. Perhaps I read a book for 5 minutes. Even if I don't have time to read a full chapter, I read for just 5 minutes. That makes me feel like I brought some space into the day, okay? And it didn't cost me anything extra to do either of those things, right? So an elegance mindset, again, is looking at the simple things. This is my definition. Looking at the simple things in your day and the areas where maybe you don't feel so elegant, and asking yourself, how can I bring beauty and how can I bring even meaning to these moments? Okay, so I loved this question, and this is probably one that I would almost rather answer on Instagram, but I thought that since we recently had a video on finances and creating a conscious spending plan, if you have not seen that, I will link it here. I wanted to address this question because I thought it was a little bit complimentary to that. What are your values regarding saving or gifting money to your kids? What accounts or vehicles do you use? Okay, so for me, I am still learning in this area. I recently had a breakfast with one of my clients, actually, who is a real estate broker. She also has a property management business. She's an amazing lady, and so I started to ask her some questions as far as direction and how to set up things like a trust, how to make sure that when we go and we eventually want to buy some investment properties, how do we set that up so that way we can protect it for my daughter to have that one day. So that's one thing that I'm definitely not an expert in this area, so I'll probably have to do an update video next year about this and what we've accomplished. Besides that, I think it is so important to ask people around you that you know have set up some protections around their wealth and their assets for their future generations. She just kind of told me to make sure that we set up the, a trust and all of the other things through someone who is qualified. I think she said an estate planner or estate attorney kind of person, so I still have to contact them. The other thing that we did do right away, actually for my baby shower, was I set up a fund for an investment fund for my daughter. So we are actually just using a uniform transfer to minors account through my long-term investing platform. And so far I love it. We are just investing in some ETFs every month. We just have a certain set amount that we deposit straight into her account. And I'm really excited about that because I look forward to bringing conversations about money into my household with my daughter, so we can teach her the things that maybe I didn't quite know growing up, and then she will have that fund available to her when she turns 18. So I like that. There are, of course, other things that you can look into. I just felt like that was the way to go for us because it's something, you know, she will get that, and it's not I don't know, it's not like we're going to be gifting her an exorbitant amount of money when she's 18, but we feel comfortable with the amount that we've set, and it will just be interesting to see what happens over the next 18 years and what that can amount to. I'm probably going to be kicking myself again, wishing I would have started investing sooner for myself, but again, I can have the perspective that now we can set my daughter up for success in her future. And I am hoping that one day if she's watching this, she will realize that she needs to be responsible with it. So that was a wonderful question. Thanks again so much for your questions over on Instagram. And I hope to do some more videos like this in the future. One last thing that I have had some requests for is a daily routine video and more videos about project management and how I've applied those to my life, those principles to my life. I have considered doing daily vlog, not daily, not every day, but doing a vlog of a day in my life. I just feel like that would be so much more involved than what I currently have time in my schedule to allow for now when I come and film a video. So if you would like to see that, I really need to know if that's something that many of you would be interested in. I will probably have to ask my husband to help me film that a little bit and record my day because I want to make that as accurate as possible. I know that, you know, I do love to kind of sit down and have these videos that are very organized, but I think in that video, my goal would be to show you some more of the reality of my day-to-day schedule and sort of the discipline that it takes to stick to it. And again, this is all something I'm still working on now that I'm a mother, is getting back into a daily routine and creating those for us even. So let me know if you would love to see it. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I wish you so much success in your level up journey. If you have not joined me for one of these videos here, go ahead and click and watch those. I will see you there. Bye.